God aften. Så er vi klar til en live fra København, fra Tante Grøn CPH. Det har vi gjort nogle gange efterhånden. Nu prøver vi så at koble lige en tand mere på, fordi i aften prøver vi at koble en designer, der hedder Åsa Tricosa på, og som vi prøver at samsende med. Og der er hun allerede. God aften, Åsa, og velkommen til.
Tak skal du have. God aften.
Så er vi i gang.
Ja, på dansk.
Ja, på dansk. Og vi starter lige ud på dansk, men det kommer vi ikke til at gøre hele aftenen. Faktisk vil jeg gerne lige have lov at så advare folk, at vi kommer til at køre både på tysk og på engelsk og på dansk. Fordi det, vi kommer til at tale om i aften, det er jo din nye e-bog, Jubilæum. Og den vil jeg jo gerne have, at også dine medhørere og dine følgere og dine Ravelry Group friends, de kan være med på og lytte på. Så jeg smutter hurtigt over på en engelsk intro. And we'll go to the English version. I'll just say good evening from Copenhagen, Denmark. My shop has the honor of being able to introduce Åsa Tricosa and her new Jubileum ebook. And the ebook is a 5-chapter book with 2 patterns in each one. The patterns will come during a full year, but during the first chapter, we're going to do in collaboration with Åsa some kits, and we'll be talking about this in a minute. And jetzt versuchen wir mal auf Deutsch. Ich weiß nicht, ob das gelingt, aber wir versuchen mal. Ich möchte gern heute Abend die Zuhörer aus Deutschland begrüßen. Das ist unsere Åsa Tricosa, die ein E-Book gemacht hat oder Design für eine E-Book gemacht hat. Und wir sind dafür zuständig, dass die Kits für dieses Buch für Europa zusammengestellt werden. Aber erstmals möchten wir sehr gerne Åsa Tricosa begrüßen. So, schönen Abend noch an alle und ich freue mich, dass wir uns versuchen, alles zu machen. Es wird wahrscheinlich mehr Englisch als Deutsch, aber
ja, das denke ich.
Zumindest. So, hi, Åsa.
Hello.
Yes.
It's so nice to be here. I'm really excited about this. And it's nice to see you. It will be even nicer to be together. You know, soon we will be again, but
yes,
this is good.
Yeah. It's wonderful that you now live so close by, that you can simply jump on your bicycle here in Copenhagen with fresh made buns, cinnamon buns.
Yes.
It's like, wow. We get this sensation like we in Copenhagen, we're very, how do you say that? We're spoiled. So we can easily just cross the bridge and we will be in Malmö or in Lund even, and you know, to go and have a good cup of coffee and some of these fantastic cinnamon buns, but you make them.
Sometimes.
Great.
Don't get used
Thank
to
you.
it.
You just come by anytime.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Well, Åsa, this is a great thing that you've been working on here. This is your Jubileum ebook.
Yeah, collection. Yes.
It's a collection.
It's a collection that is published as an ebook.
Yeah. So 2 patterns for each chapter, and the first 2 are already out. The first 2 come in actually 3 different versions, you could say. There is this classic cigarette, and then you have 2 shawls. Rather, it's 1 shawl, but in 2 different versions, you could say.
Yeah, 2 different weights, really. Yes.
Yeah.
But also there's the bonus pattern which I'm wearing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, the
prologue.
present. Yeah, yes. It is the first one, the initial one. So people who buy the ebook, they are able to get this extra version or this extra pattern present.
Yes, all the other patterns will be, as you already know, available individually as well. But there are a couple of patterns that are just for the, you know, the ebook subscribers, so they get some little extra
bonus.
Yes.
Sounds very nice.
Yes, yes.
Ich versuche mal ganz schnell auf Deutsch. Das ist die Jubiläum Edition und das erste Kapitel wird dann mit 3 wo die zwei eigentlich unterschiedlich sind, aber das dritte Shawl ist das gleiche. Das ist nur in zwei verschiedene Größen gestrickt werden. Oder Weights heißt das.
Oder Stärke, ja, vielleicht Stärke.
Ja, Stärke. Ja, genau.
Wir versuchen es auf Deutsch.
Ja. Ja. Aber erstmal, sag mal bitte was über dich.
Auf Deutsch?
Oh. Ja, geht das?
Oh, vielleicht. Ich habe in Deutschland gewohnt für
also
7 Jahre oder so.
7 Jahre.
Dann haben wir letztes Sommer nach Dänemark umgezogen. Ich vermisse meine deutschen Freundinnen und Freunde. Ja. Ich vermisse viel aus Deutschland. Ja. Aber ich fühle mich auch sehr zu Hause hier in Kopenhagen. Und ich bin jetzt nahe zu meiner Familie. Ja, sie sind in Schweden. Ja. So das ist gut. Und Kopenhagen ist fantastisch.
Ja. Und gar nicht sehr weit von Schweden.
Nein, genau.
Ja. Das ist sehr gut. Perhaps we'll just switch back to English. And we'll take the patterns that you have released by now, one by one.
All right. I want to say also, if people, I'm not following the chat so much, but if somebody wants to ask a question in Danish or Swedish or German or French for you, that's fine as well. Så vi kan säga, man kan se att det går gott och fint att ställa spørgsmål på dansk eller ett annat språk.
Ja, og så kan jeg tilføje, s'il y a quelqu'un qui veut demander des questions, on peut poser les questions, mais peut-être je vais parler après ça en anglais quand même, parce que c'est un peu de changer tous les langues comme ça. Et voilà. Well, let's continue a bit in English, and then we can switch back to Danish and German. Okay?
I need some wine now.
Yeah.
I only have tea. Okay.
Oh, we only have grapes here.
Yeah, I have tea, but all right.
Yeah, but you have how do you say that? You have grapes, but in a very different version.
This is true.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, well, the first one that I would like you to point to is the Abraxas Vertex #1. Where did you get that name?
Oh, it's from an old Santana album, Abraxas.
Really?
Yes, really. That shows my age, right?
Yes.
But it's just, I mean, that's not my favorite song from that album. It's the Oye Como Va, because it's more, it's more movement. So that's where it came from.
There you go.
And I don't know exactly what, well, like I named the cardigan or the strickjacke the same name, and it's the hourglass pattern from that. So that's why the shawls are sort of a theme there from that. But that's where the name comes from, the Santana album.
This is fun because what I did, I simply Googled it and I said, this is Abraxas. This is a Greek magic word. A is 1, B is number 2, and etc. And it all would sum up to 365, and there would be this magic. And I said, okay, yes, well, Osa is a scholar. She has this tradition. You know, she knows all kinds of things. So okay.
No, I make things
up. Where does this vertex come from?
It's more that I make things up, I'd say. But, you know, a lot of naming, people have used all the Greek goddesses' names already. Yeah. You know, there are 200s patterns with the Greek goddesses' names. Naming is really difficult, but I've always liked the sort of abracadabra and the kid rhymes and so forth. So it's a little bit in that vein. Vertex is the shape. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a good name. It's a very good name because with Vertex, that also had me. It had me Googling that too, and I thought that wow, this is also something because it has to do with the shape of it and everything. So I was very amazed with the choices that you had. But you took me by surprise with that Santana album. Nur ganz kurz. Ich habe die Name Abraxas, was hier hinter mir auf die Wand ist. Das ist eine Shawl und ich habe gegoogelt, was bedeutet überhaupt Abraxas? Und es hat sich herausgestellt, dass es eigentlich ein Name, es ist ein magischer Wort, weil das A ist die 1, das B ist die Nummer 2 und so weiter. Und zusammengestellt wird das dann 365. Und ich habe gedacht, jetzt, die Osa ist eine wie heißt das nicht, Schülerin? Nein, das ist es nicht, ein Professor. Also sie weiß sehr viele Sachen. Und deshalb habe ich gedacht, das hat so eigentlich, sie wäre so eingestellt. Aber so ist es nicht.
Nein, und ich bin keine Professorin.
Nein.
Gar nicht.
Nein, also du bist auch keine Schülerin. Und ich habe mich,
nein, ich kann mich nicht.
Was ist dann inzwischen?
Ja, etwa. Ich kann mich das nicht erinnern.
No.
I'm not actually, I switched to English. I'm not a scholar either. I mean, I'm a hopeless scholar.
Ja, okay, a scholar. Much better. Auf jeden Fall, es ist sehr leicht, die Name kommt von einem Santana-Album von unserer Jugend, ja, und das hat mich sehr gefreut. Auf jeden Fall, würdest du mal zeigen, wie das eigentlich zusammengestellt ist? Ich habe die Abraxas hier, aber du hast es wahrscheinlich auch da, oder?
Nein, du hast meine Abraxas.
Ja. Hier sind die Abraxas.
Ich habe eine, was heißt es, eine Anfang.
Meine Maschenprobe.
Ja, so nur, nice, das wird eine Abraxas. Das ist eigentlich Wolle von deiner Boutique. Von deiner
Handwerkswolle.
So, yes, it's a, can I say it in English? Because I'm not so, okay, so. You start, well, I'm pointing at the screen. Of course, you start at the tip there, even further down, at the very tip with the gray. Yes, there. And you build the border up till there where you join the next yarn. And then it grows into an asymmetrical triangle with a mistake rib border and an hourglass cable stitch pattern that has a nice rhythm to it. It's 8 by 8 stitches. It's 8 rows. On every 8th row, you cross 8 of the stitches, 8 of 16 stitches. So you get this little hourglass pattern. It's very easy. So it's soothing to knit for me, but it still has some interest because you can see each of those hourglasses grow. And also you could also, of course, adjust the size supremely easily. If you run out of yarn or if you want it larger, I don't really think it needs to be larger. The test knitters were prone to calling it a sail.
It would be in this end, right?
I'm sorry?
End here. This is the
there. Exactly, you end there, and that's where you use the same border stitch across all of the stitches to get a nice finishing border. Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so this is the Aran weight you're holding up, the heavier, cozy winter shawl.
Yeah.
And we actually can use that still here. It's cold.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love it.
And you have the yarn for this, don't you?
I do have the yarn, yes. And we're going to choose, because what you will be doing with this, you will be putting up some choices for kids, and we will be choosing to knit the Aran version in Handwerksgarn, which is a Danish name. You could say that this is an old company. They have a wool mill, which is 140 years old. It's a 5-generation-old company, and they have sheep in the fields, and they have a wool mill. They keep maintaining it, having quite difficulties sometimes to keep it alive, but it's an old machine, and it does wonderful yarn. So this is what I would recommend, and we're going to put
I love this yarn.
Yeah, you love it.
It's possible that there will be another pattern towards the end of the year.
We'll look forward to that then. Ja, nur ganz kurz, das ist die Aran Weight. Das ist dann eigentlich die Wolle, die von Yellholt Wool Spinnery. Wolle.
Wie viele, kann ich eine Frage stellen?
Ja,
wie viele Meter ist das per 100 Gramm dann? Ich denke, die Deutschen haben so nicht so gewöhnlich mit der Aran und DK und so.
Nein. Ja, das ist eigentlich für Nadelstärke 5 und es sind 200 Meter drin. Also würde man für die Shawl hier, da würde man 3 für die Hauptfarbe nehmen und 2 für die helle, für die Rand nehmen.
Ja.
Ja, und das ist eigentlich eine von die 2 Kits, die wir bis jetzt auf unserer Website gemacht haben. Und da kann man auch unterschiedliche Farben wählen. Wir haben hinter uns die Wolltyps. Sind hier oben. Kommen Sie mal hier rein. Aber das kann auf unserer Website ist es dann möglich, die Hauptfarbe zu wählen oder die die Farbe für den Rand.
Ja, und man kann auch in nur eine Farbe stricken.
Ja, genau.
Wenn man das wünscht.
Ja. Ja.
Also, I say that in English. I mean, of course, you can also knit the whole shawl in one color if you prefer, and then it's 5 skeins total. Or, as I said, you can make it smaller as well. But I like this. I like to be able to. Oops, I like to be able to wrap it properly around. I got a little bit tired of those 1 skein shawls. You know, when all those beautiful sock yarns came along, all of us bought 1 skein. And then we had to make 1 skein shawls, but they don't really do much for me. I want to sweep myself in a shawl. Yeah. Okay, it's your. I'll be quiet now.
They're by way too small. You'll need much more. But it's beautiful shawl, and I like the way that you wear them. You made on Instagram earlier today. You had this little video where you showed everybody how to wear this triangular shawl, where you put it like this. I'll just try and if I can recreate it, because it's actually quite clever. You start by putting it like this, the big part of it, and then you put it around your.
Oh, that's the 3rd way. I love it. That's the 3rd way, I think. No, maybe it's like, because I put that. That's beautiful. See, this is the thing. I only show 2 options. You can wear it in so many ways. I just wanted to give some suggestion because it has occurred to me, or actually knitters say to me, I don't know how to wear or how to wrap it or how to wear it. I think to really wear it nicely, you need to be French, because French people, they always know how to wrap shawls. I don't know. I think you're born with that skill there, but we do our best here.
Yeah, that's a country. They have these the small shawls. They're called foulard. So the very, the little silken one. I have a few of those. I love them. So this is the vertex in the Abraxas vertex in the iron weight, but we also borrowed from you the sport weight version, and that's above my head. And it's the exact same thing. It's just a very light one. It is an alpaca version. And for this, we have been putting together a kit with a very beautiful yarn. And this is the one. It's a German one. It comes from Pasquale. Yeah, and it's called balayage. And this yarn is an 80% alpaca, baby alpaca, and a 20% merino, organic merino. Beautiful yarns. And we made all kinds of combinations with your recommendation of colors. I'll just show a few of them. This is the one that is above my head. And another one here that we have made too, with your color choices. And here comes another few.
So I was looking to see if I had any swatches, but I don't. I think I brought them to the shop.
Yeah, you gave them to me.
Good. That's good. That's good. Oh, I like that. See, I like that color combination. I don't think I would choose it myself first, but I really like it. That's really
it is
nice.
Great, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a beautiful one. See if I can find another one that we have made.
The problem with balayage, because that is a problem, is that you can combine all of the colors. I mean, it's a little bit dangerous because whatever I put up next to something, I think, oh, this looks great. Oh, and this looks good too. So I really want to knit so many versions.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't have time to do that. So I'm hoping other knitters will, so I can sort of knit vicariously.
Yeah. And it's a great thing because this is a collaboration yarn, isn't it, between Pasquale and Melanie Burke. So wouldn't it be then that perhaps they have, you know, taken very great care to choose colors?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure it's, I'm sure that's why the palette is so, or palette, as they say, is so gorgeous. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought that these are very beautiful things, and both kits are now available in all the different kinds of colors that that we have with your how do you say that, with your choice of colors.
Well, my suggestions, I mean, you can put anything together, of course, but it's just suggestions because I like those and you like those, and it's a good place to start. And I think also if you are knitting from stash, which I recommend also, even if we are in a yarn shop now, it's nice to see the colors together because you can get inspiration from the colors we have put together. So you can have a look just to see how they play together. And sometimes you're surprised to think, well, I would never have chosen those two, but when you see them together, you think, oh,
they simply melt together. Yeah, it's like a unity. But the greatness of these colors is that both this one, the Håndværksgarn, the craftsman's yarn, you could say, if you translate from Danish, it has this gray background and then the color, and it's the same with balayage. It is.
This is true. They have a sort of a muted, soft melange kind of.
Yeah, they have a melange. They have this softness, and it's beautiful. And I've never come across any alpaca so far that has this kind of softness. It is very, very gorgeous. Maybe it's the length of the fibers. Yeah. So I'm happy with it. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're taking it. I'm looking to see if I can up the light a little bit. Let's see.
You go. Yeah. While you are doing something with the light, could you please show us the crescent that you are wearing? Because
this is the is the crescent shawl. It's difficult to see from. This is also the I mean, it's another Abraxas because it's the same stitch pattern. I tend to do this when I come across something that I like. I riff on it in different ways. I can't let go of it. So this one is a 3 skein shawl, 300 grams.
Yes.
And it's not huge, but it really wraps nicely. And because of the crescent shape, it really sits, it stays on the shoulder. I love this. This particular yarn was a gift from a dear friend. So I feel especially warm and nice when I wear this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can knit it in DK yarn, and you have DK yarns that you could use, and you could hold 2 yarns together if you wanted to. I've actually experimented a little bit with that, Susanne. Can I show you?
Yes, please. Let's have a look.
I usually don't hold 2 strands together because it doesn't give me a lot of knitting joy. But I thought I would try this with, for example, Især, the Marianne Især. I don't know how you say that in English. Isager? Isager?
I think that's how people pronounce it. Isager.
Isager or Isager or something like this.
Yeah.
And I have used both the trini, the one thread. Is that how you say it? One thread yarn. The single, it's like a single strand, single strand yarn. And the silk mohair. Yeah, so it's that knits up to about that's on actually needles 4. That knits up to about DK. So you could do something like that, or you could do the Per Gynt yarn that you have.
Yes.
In the Per Gynt, because that's a soft DK. I'm not sure why it's soft, but it is soft. And then I've also tried the alpaca with the silk mohair. Which is actually I tried these for the sweater pattern for the simple cigarette to see if I could get gauge, which is the other pattern in the chapter. There are, maybe I should say that there are two, like you said, for each chapter.
Oh, you're freezing.
Yeah. But it's, each chapter is one sweater, one cigarette, and one shawl. The whole collection is intended to celebrate 10 years of cigaretting, but not everybody knits sweaters. And I also love to knit shawls, so it was nice to get back to knitting shawls. So the chapter 1 is the simple cigarette, the original, but in a jubileum edition. This is the original cigarette behind me. But I wanted to update it. I wanted to raise the neckline a little bit. I wanted to knit it in another luxurious yarn that is a bit heavier than the yarn I originally knitted in, but to the same gauge. So to make a long story short, this is what I've tried with these different, and I've actually tried also with, this is the Pelsull, another yarn from that farm, or that's family company.
The Danish farm.
Yes, the Hjelholt. And this is a thinner yarn that you can knit up to. This one is, now I knitted this on 3.5. I will probably go down to 3.25 or 3.25 or 3 millimeter to get gauge. It would still be a nice gauge. I usually put them, I don't know, I'm not sure how much you see on the screen. Do you see more of the screen than I do, or no?
This is just the Pelsull, which is a much thinner,
this
yarn,
is it.
much thinner. Beautiful.
But I have knitted that also together with silk mohair from Isair, and that made also a nice fabric. So there are different ways you can combine these. I'm experimenting still. But you're getting in a yarn specifically for this sweater.
Yeah, some of the yarns I do. I do buy them just to build the kits, and that is true for balayage, and it will also be true for Isair. Isair yarns are always in the shop. Some colors are sold out sometimes, and others are always available. But we will be doing something very special with most of your kits. One of the things that the simple cigarette behind you, we're going to do something too, but it's still, this is the one, but we're still working on it. That kit will be available also, but in a very special version. But it's too soon. Because
yes, we have to build it slowly. I mean, it takes time. It takes more time than one thinks to do this. We have worked full time for a long time to get the kits in the United States. And it was impossible to do everything everywhere at once. So I'm so pleased that you are doing this here, because it's, for most people, it's prohibitively expensive to buy it from the United States. But we will put together some of the little things too. That I have. I'm going to show, because this is my favorite. I put them up on here, the little labels.
The little notions that you've been working on.
And other things. So we're
all becoming
the kits.
The kits are the first ones. And the first two types will be the ones in balayage and in the Aran weight håndværksgarn. And with the Aran weight, we will be working also with the big hug merino from Rosy Green wool.
Another German company with organic, certified organic yarn.
A beautiful yarn. I'm looking so much for it. It'll be arriving around in a week or so. We should be able to put some alternative kits.
Excellent.
Up for you too.
You could actually use that also for the crescent shawl. If you wanted a bigger shawl, you could do an Aran weight for that too.
That too, absolutely. So here's a nice lady, a lady called SADR 3477 saying on my screen here that I'm knitting the Abraxas crescent while watching you.
Oh, that's
Thank you very much.
I love that. It's a knit along. I'm just knitting a swatch.
Way. That's great. So that's very fun. What I thought is that I might show some of our English or Danish audience that you bought your first book. Let's just say that the first book that you made, this one, the cigarette book, this is what your technique is about in this book. And there are a lot of very good tutorials. So I can certainly recommend it, most certainly. But you did two 2 or 3 workshops during the late summer, wasn't it last year?
Yes, when we were not having lockdown. Yes. Yeah, they were lovely. Yes.
It was amazing. While you just moved to Copenhagen, you moved into my shop, and
yes.
I mean, I think
I almost live there. This is true.
Yeah. It is fun, isn't it? But that was the start of it, and from there we simply developed into making more.
Yes, more collaborations.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I want to say thank you to my friend, our friend Eva Maria here.
Yeah, she's the one.
Because she's the one who sort
she's
of pulled me out and said, because I said, I don't have time to do this or whatever it was, because I was working around the clock. Yeah. And she said, well, you have time, 15 minutes. You have to come and see.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She's right.
She doesn't take no for an answer.
No, she doesn't.
That's true. So thank you, Eva Maria, from me too. Thank you. So I thought that this would be a nice start for it. If you have any questions around here, I don't think I've seen any questions just yet, but if anybody has a question, please be.
Oh, I see Amy. I have to wave to Amy. I've met the trick. Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
Amy is a lovely person. I think she's teaching at Vogue Knitting Live this week.
Okay. Yeah. Well, welcome. Everybody's welcome here.
And I see somebody else is knitting jadeite. Fantastic.
Well, this is a time of admission. I have to put on my glasses to read it.
Yes. Okay, I can see.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
I hope to see you soon, Amy. That was for Amy Detchen.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, well, this is fun. This is so much fun. I mean,
it is.
Yes, the lockdown is horrible. The pandemic is horrible. Yeah. But in some instances, I and you and other knitters have actually connected more than we do otherwise, because we have, first of all, we're stuck.
Yeah. But this is true.
We're desperate for
the lockdown. Yeah, it has carried us through. Yeah.
But we also have connected in sometimes longer and deeper ways, I think, because we're not just splitting back and forth. We're staying with the moment a bit more. Well, some of us have to, but yeah. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad, is what I'm saying.
No, it's not all bad. You get another, how did you say that, way of looking at things, and
yes,
you get some time to reflect.
Knitters, thank goodness for knitting. I mean, it keeps us sane.
Poor people who don't knit. I mean,
yes, that's how I feel too.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that we will be recording.
And I have to wave. I'm sorry, I have to wave to Bonnie as well. Hi, Bonnie.
Yeah, go ahead. Just wave.
Yes, I'm waving. Hi.
Yeah. And while you're waving, I can just tell people that this will be recorded and placed on our website. So you should be able to scroll back. It will also be available on Instagram, where we will be saving it, and you can see it if there's any questions that you would like to ask. You come by it at a later point. Und vielleicht ganz kurz auf Deutsch noch. Wir werden das auf unserer Website, es ist aufgenommen worden und da kann man das schon wiedersehen, wenn Sie Lust darauf haben. Und es freut mich, dass, wenn wir auch deutsche Zuhörer haben oder Zuschauer haben, das ist sehr lustig, finde ich. So. Wahrscheinlich auch, weil ich diese Balayage gekauft habe und alles schöne, so viele Wolle. Das habe ich gar nicht gewusst, dass es so schöne Wolle-Typs gibt auch. Aber vielen Dank auf jeden Fall.
Hey, Helene. Sorry.
Yeah, so.
I'm seeing Helene. Jag säger bara hej till Helene. Hon är I Sverige.
Yeah, okay. Well, because I've lost my glasses, then I can't see who's actually writing, because I'm concentrating on trying to keep
a beady eye.
Yeah. Maybe we should stop in a second. I'll just say that you have planned that this will go on for a period of almost a year, right? There will be chapters coming out every month or so, perhaps every second month, with two new
it's 5 chapters over the year, so we're keeping it sort of spontaneous.
Yeah.
I think the next one is we're planning beginning of May.
Yeah.
Yes. And
It's
people
also
who have
good.
the ebook, they get a little glimpse a little bit before and a little bit of free access to the pre-ordering the kits and so on.
Okay.
And I also, I forgot to say, I introduce each chapter with a video for the ebook people. But I also put a few little things on Instagram every now and then, like how to wear, possibly how to wear a shawl.
We'll try to make sure that people are being kept aware of all this. And
yes, well, it's a celebration. It's knit with what you have and celebrate.
Yeah, okay. Well, the kits will be available from now on, and I'll make sure that people are being told, or you'll be given a head up every time there is a new kit available. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for taking part in this. I love it. It's so much fun.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. We'll do workshops in your shop when it's possible again.
Please do. Yes. You're most welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the invitation, and see you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Brenda. Or hi, Brenda. Bye.